Greets everybody, you know, just gonna do some painting right now. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay. How many, boy? Okay, so basically all I'm gonna really do is do some painting. I might touch this guy up a little bit. He doesn't really have much going on left to do. Probably the eyes. I do believe I need to do some. Okay, let's see here. Let's just get some. Get the red in there. I have to use this camera because my eyes aren't that great either. I'm using the 5-aught for this. This is one of my smaller brushes. We're just going to a little bit right in there, not too much. Oh, that's perfect. A little bit right in there, not too much. Oh, that's perfect. I need to get a little more in here. Oh yeah, that looks nice. That one looks better than that one. I think I overdid that one a little bit. Virtual. I probably don't need to have Discord open for this. How's it sound? Sound good?
You sound good, man. Little background fuzz. We should investigate. Oh, I'm causing echo. Yeah. We should figure out some kind of music service to use.
Well, I've currently got something running right now. Just this Spotify gaming playlist. That's probably the fuzz you hear.
Oh, it's better. I can just now hear it. Like, did you just turn it on or hit play or something?
I turned it up.
Take it down a couple of notches, but I couldn't hear it at all at first. Now I can hear it a little too much.
How about that?
I think that's your sweet spot right there.
Okay, you can still hear me good and the music whenever I'm not talking?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Oh. Next thing I'm going to do is highlight this. Oh, I'm gonna need some white. Oh, Praxi white. Oh, that's dry brushing. I've got Praxi white, but it's for dry brushing. Can't do much with that. Ooh, okay. With that. Corax white. that I'll be using to touch up the plasma a little bit. Look at that, it's all gray. What the hell? Shake that up a bit more. Not happy with this Corax. It's very gray. It's supposed to be a bright white. This isn't even that old. It's annoying. Guess we'll have to go with Earthbone. I can't see that very well. Wraithbone is a little bit more of an eggshell, bonish color. I don't know how it's going to work out with this plasma. Oh, that's still got a bunch of red on it. So, to do plasma, which is the blue part right here, you first put a base of white on, and then you would use something like Frostheart Contrast. It will let a little bit of the white through, and then you take just a tiny bit more of the white and you just put it on the edge here just to kind of make it glow a little bit. Other side too. Little bit more. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to even that up a little bit, but it's looking okay. There. And then sometimes people like to do it on the top, the very top there. Let's see if I can focus. Oh, come on, you. It's not a very big, come on. There we go. Right on the top here, if you put just a tiny bit, can kind of whiten it out, and it kind of makes it look like it's glowing a little bit. I probably need to put some more blue on there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I need to redo the knee heraldry. I don't have any green base paint because I have the stuff that I got is actually for an airbrush, so it's not going to cover as well. Could probably thin this paint out a little bit. Basically, the knee heraldry on Dark Angels just tells them which chapter they're in. There needs to be a little bit more black in this one. This one I just completely messed up anyways, so I would really like to just completely redo it with green, which is what I probably will do anyways. Should just put my water over here. Not too far to go way over there. I'm not going to use this because next I'm going to do some highlighting. So with Warhammer minis, especially, so you can see how dark everything really is with just the base coat. So you actually need to go through and highlight. I'm going to highlight with Warpstone Glow, kind of bring everything out. But actually first I might put on, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of the gold color Retribution armor. I'm going to do this goldish color on his pauldrons, just on the outside of them. I need to thin that out with water. And I think for this one, I'm going to use the 10-aught. Just thin this. So I have my palette here. Good way to do it, just get water on your paintbrush and then just dab in there. That will thin out your paint a bit and it won't be all gloopy on top of. Put a little bit on each of these pauldrons, very lightly. Hey, Scott. Oops. A little too quick and happy with that brush stroke, but that's okay. We will be able to go back with the green whenever I get some.
You're not going to want to miss this. Diners Direct summer sale starts this weekend for 3 days only, this Friday through Sunday. Get 20% off rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, plus book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. And designers are flying in from New York and LA to showcase their latest trends. That's 20% off plus $100 off with an appointment at designer truck shows. Tons of engagement rings on sale too. 20% off starts Friday. Details at diamondsdirect.com. 3 days only and Sunday.
Hey Spotifyers, Quakers have a banner to listen to Feel Good Dinner.
It's good enough on that side. This side I'd already gotten a little too much lead bletcher on here, so I'll have to go over that with the green, but I'll just cover this part up with the gold.
Major appliances for your home. Plus, get up to 60% off select patio furniture and accessories for your outdoor spaces. So hurry into your local store today.
Yeah, I like this camera. It's a really cool document camera.
Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I only have to paint 100 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have to do 19 of these guys. And to count, you do have to paint them to be able to count in tournaments. You would get counted points off if you played these in a tournament and they weren't painted. But you don't actually have to paint all of them. You could just do a base coat on everything, but what's the fun in that? If you're already painting it, might as well just go for the whole thing. Yeah, you can use 3D printed. Question was, can you use 3D printed or do they need to be original? Yes, you can use 3D printed. Technically it's considered proxies, but I do believe those are tournament legal. I think that's going to be good enough. We'll need to go over another coat on here. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to get this stupid thing out of the way. Hey OddTop TV, thanks for joining. Yes, once they're painted, can you really tell if they're painted or stock? Yes, you can, because this is what an original stock one looks like. It's gray, shiny plastic, and then compared to a base coated painted one. So these ones you can really tell the like the lines for where you scraped and stuff, all the paint marks and everything. And even when you, here's a fully painted ultramarine. So there really is a lot you can do with these things. A lot of detail that goes into them. Okay, so I'm going to leave this guy off to the side. I'm going to start with my chapter master. He's a captain actually, and Gravis armor. So this has got a, like I said before, it's got a black base coat and then the Dark Angels green top coat. And so first thing that you want to do after that is you want to kind of give it a little bit of a darken, for lack of a better word, darken highlight. So with dark colors like the green, so for the armor's green, this part's going to be like a red and metallic-y color. Then this will be red too. So for the armor parts, the backpack, this is going to be a white color, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to put a shade on there. It's called Null Oil. So this stuff is extremely thin. That's what shades are. They're very thin. So this color will seep into these very small cracks. and darken them up, and it will kind of make a sheen to the rest of them. And then once it dries, it will kind of dry in puddles. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Yeah, you gotta get into that crack. So once this dries, all of this will dry into a darker color, but then it'll be even darker into these cracks. And this stuff is so thin that it easily migrates itself into these. And you don't have to really worry about getting too much. If you get too much on there, then all you do is just dry off. You dry off your brush, and then you can just kind of mop it up. And so we're going to do that for face helmet, front here, the arms, anywhere that's going to stay green or black. I'll go ahead and do the Aquila right here, but that's going to be Wraithbone also. But since it's just right there anyways, it doesn't really matter. I'm also going to get the pauldrons and his arms back here. And back of his helmet. Just kind of gives it a little sheen. Makes it look like actual metal rather than plastic. Top here, this pauldron over here needs it. I'm still standing by. Okay, so you can see right here how it's dried. Let's see if I can get that to focus. So you can see how it dried up on these parts. I just marked this, but up here on these parts it dried to a kind of duller, not duller green, and then it's got all the black spots here. Oh, and by the way, I was using the one brush for that. It's got a taper to it, so it's easy to get lots of area with it. Okay, now I think I will probably go with the lead bletcher. Which is going to be a metallic color. Come on. Get up there. I need to use a brush to get it off there. So I already have this part on there, so I'm actually going to switch out this palette paper because it's from what I was doing the other day. The new palette paper. Get wet a little bit. wet. Actually, you know, it is pretty wet. It's wet. We're just gonna go with wet. Okay, now let's get some of this. So basically, I just scoop it out of this cap, tap it on the pallet, and then you just get your brush wet. When you need to thin it out, just kind of tap it on there and swirl it about, and then it's good for brushing. So we got some big space here. I'm gonna go with my zero brush. Let's just see how this works out. So we need to do all the metal pieces, so that's going to be all of this right here. Probably use a bigger brush, but we don't need to. I think that's also going to be... So, fun fact about the Dark Angels, they are the first legion of the Imperium of Man. They were the ones that helped build the Imperium before the Unification Wars. And their Primarch, Lionel Johnson, he's pretty prevalent throughout the Horus Heresy and 40K. We're also going to do this part, these skull things. Not really entirely sure what they're called, but we're going to call them skull things for now. If you know what they're called, let me know. Because it looks like it's a servitor of some sort. I guess like a little helper servitor. I don't know if you know about servitors or not. Come on. Focus in. How much to focus on? It's so dark. Servitors are people who have died and then they've had their heads removed and had a machine, you know, stuck in it. So that part's going to be bone colored. We're gonna have to switch around here. Out of the way. Palette. But anyway, servitors, they have their brains removed and replaced with computers, basically, AI, and then they have to serve even in undeath, ultimate punishment. So this part will be metal, this metal eye. actually going to have a red eye inside of it.
EA Sports College Football 25. Tap the banner to learn more about the MVP bundle, which also includes EA Sports Madden NFL 25 and can't miss rewards.
You're listening to Rockstar by Lisa. Find more of this year's best music on Best New. Listen on Spotify.
Oh, okay. Looks like he's supposed to have
Doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your
some
files.
purple in him,
Social Security
and I don't have purple.
company that mistakenly cut your
Fudge. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some. This part right here, this part of the cape that holds, or the cloak, looks like it's a sash. And then the cords down here are all purple. So that's cool.
fix it. Guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at lifelock.com/Spotify.
So this part is going to be metal also. So the bullets ejecting. The gun part is going to be red. We'll focus. There we go. Alright, good luck, Sean. Enjoy your new book. Thanks, pal. See you later. Real quick, and to disconnect that. Okay, what else is red letter? Oh, this is supposed to be a black and yellow. It's fine. It's like the teeth we're going to do. That'll be metal also. Focus. Thank you. Okay, looks like that's all of the metallic spots. This might be metallic too right here. you know, I'm not known for my steady-handedness, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Keeping my shakes down. Okay, let's move on to some Wraithbone. We're going to stick with the same brush. We're going to go with some Wraithbone. Can't see it. There we go. Get this crap on the palette. Okay. So, thing with white colors, you've got to really, whoop. Okay. You got to really thin them out, because they are thick. See how thick that is? I don't think you can really see how thick that is. But trust me, it's thick. Thick with 3 C's. Okay. Alright, so Wraithbone, we're going with the Aquila. This little, there we go. Aquila and Wraithbone. And you have to go with quite a few coats to get it to act right. 'Cause it looks like I got quite a bit of Null oil under there. It's very thick stuff. Okay, I'll let that part dry. I go back with all back here. Probably use a thicker brush, but just do the first coat with this. I'll actually put a bit more paint into here, because I think I thinned it out too much. Sticking that back up. Fix this brush up. Yeah, it's called airbrush. So Null oil, I don't think you were here, Scott. Null oil is a, it's a shade. It's a very thin, dark paint. So it's almost water. But you use that to darken up these like darker spots. That's what it was. But yeah, airbrushes, no, I don't like airbrushing. It's a little too easy if you ask me. No hate to anybody who does do airbrushing, but I prefer to paint. And airbrushes can get a little bit expensive. I am gonna need a bigger brush for this. Just not working out with this one. We're going to go with my one brush, stuff I used for the Knoll oil. And give it a smoother transition. Well, the minis are already expensive, so why pay a couple $100 more for a tool when you got this? It's kind of a little debated issue in the Warhammer community, I've come to find. You've got the die-hard painter side and you got the die-hard airbrush side. Airbrushing can look a little bit cleaner because you won't have any of those brush strokes if you won't have any of these kinds of brush strokes, but you can get these brush strokes out of here by putting on multiple coats. It also doesn't help that I'm doing a light color on top of a dark base. That's okay. I felt like it would be easier to just spray paint all of these rather than hand paint all the base coats on them, because that would have been tedious. If you know me, I am all about non-tedium as I sit here and paint these things by hand. I'm probably going to have to go back to my other brush, but if I get some stuff on here, it's fine. I really should probably have not put all this one together before painting, but again, I'm dumb. Oh, just gotta figure out how to get in there. Just stick it in there. Couldn't treat it. I'll let that shit dry. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get deep back in there. I don't want to yank this cape off, but it's only glued in 2 spots. Focus. Come on. Okay. It's only glued at the corner up there and right here. So I could pop this one off easily and then repaint it in, which I might do off stream, because that's a pain to get right back there. Okay, what's next? So I don't have the purple. I could outline up here. I could do the gold I'll do the Retribution armor next.
Legendary rivalries, comebacks, iconic pageantry and traditions. Right in your hands with EA Sports College Football 25. Immerse yourself in authentic.
Just one book is 200 hours?
With all new features like Campus IQ, bring glory home in EA
Or is it
Sports
the...
College Football 25. Tap the banner to learn more about the MVP.
It's the whole series.
It's EA Sports Madden NFL 25 and Campus.
Well, if we're wanting to go so 4 main books and 2 side books. Fifth one is about to drop. Okay, so I think you know I'm currently reading the Warhammer books, and there are over like 300 Warhammer books.
Do 20 ounce today. 3 for $5 with Casey.
I'm on the 10th one. Okay. Retribution armor, where are you at? Yeah, I do kind of need to step out from Warhammer. Oh yeah. Yeah, I only got to like book 3 or 4 or something like that, and then started reading other stuff. I liked it. It was a good series. I'm not really sure why I stopped. Okay, for the armor, I'm gonna do the Zero brush, or for the Retribution. So I'm gonna do make it back to Earth. No, I don't think he made it back to Earth at that point, or wherever. So it looks like kind of going off a guide over here, off screen. And you stopped in a good spot. 3 books on Earth were not the best. That sucks. Before after picked up. Well, that's good. Well, I mean, if you go from magic to not magic, then that's not really much fun, is it? We're starting to get some color in this guy. There we go. Look at that. Let's bring in some color in. Whenever I do the outlining on this, I'll probably do some outlining next on this top part up here. Okay, it looks like this top of the skull part. Do you have any vehicles to paint? Technically, yes. I have this Dreadnought. I don't know if you can consider him a vehicle, but, you know. Focus, there we go. I got that to paint. He's a little bit bigger. I don't have any, like, tanks or ships or anything like that right now. The set that I bought didn't come with it. Didn't come with one. Need you to ride them. Alright, so I'm gonna do this part is gold, I do believe. Can you see that? this part is going to be purple, so it's fine if it's gets a little bit of gold on it. So it looks like clasp right here is gold. It looks like there's something down there that's gold too. Well, that's supposed to be white. Put saline on there? No, it doesn't say lion. Oh, interesting. This part right here, this corner, is supposed to be purple also. Gonna have to pick some of that up tomorrow. Okay, let's do a little bit of highlighting. Now, highlighting is really fun. I'm being sarcastic if you can't tell. I haven't opened this one yet. And that one's thick too. I'm the least sarcastic person you know, right? Okay, now I gotta figure it out. So I guess it's just every spot. Okay. Alright, fun thing about highlighting is you just use the side of your brush, just hit that edge. Not even showing you guys. There we go. Too much. Okay. Can go back and get rid of it later. So we're going to do it here on the knee. Pretty much do it on every exposed edge. Really brings out the definitions. This guy has a lot of definitions though, so it's going to be very annoying. I have to go even smaller brush. That's not doing what I want it to do. Whoops. Wipe that off. God, how do they do that? Need like a plastic. It's plastic. Can't sing too much of that one. I'll probably get copyright. Let's try this guy. Thin it. Try these edges up here. Can I do that? Won't focus in. Let's see if it focuses. I don't know why I'm whispering. There we go. Well, it's actually working out pretty good. Oh, really? Interesting. Too thick there. Oh, too thick. It's okay. We'll have to go back. I'm probably only going to do 5 more minutes because I got to go to bed. Because I've got a bedtime. Wake my ass up early tomorrow and go to Warrensburg. Whatever. Okay, kind of does a little bit of definition, and somebody out there probably saying I'm doing it wrong, but whatever. You know, doing the highlighting and shit on this guy was so easy. Giving me well, it's good enough for now. I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it for tonight. Well, alrighty. Thanks for chatting. Have a good night. Talk to you guys later. Disk space. Okay. Ooh, lost my maps. There we go. Bye.